this is Sonny from Gracie Bradenton. We're going to be doing this like every so often, but we had a beginner question. The question was, what should a beginner focus on? And really, when you're new to jiu-jitsu, when you're new to the grappling arts, because a lot of times we get new students who've been wrestling and have done other types of grappling, and they, judo, for instance, or wrestling. They come in they already kind of get what's going on. And they're able to kind of hit the ground running, so to speak. But when you're new to the grappling arts, completely new, it's very overwhelming. It's like being dropped off in the middle of the ocean and being told to swim 1,000 miles in any direction and hope to hit land. That's what it feels like when you get put on the mat in the middle of a roll, which is why a lot of gyms are sort of focusing on not letting their students roll at first, which I typically don't agree with. I really do think that you need to jump in with the fish and learn to swim the old-fashioned way. That said, what you should really focus on is not dying, right? You should focus on not getting submitted. You got to work your defense first, because the thing that's going to happen to you the most when you start rolling as a beginner is you're going to get submitted a lot. However many times you get submitted depends on varying factors: the skill level of the person you're going with, the aggressiveness of the person you're going with, your size, your strength. All of that stuff comes into play. But the bottom line is you're going to get submitted, and you need to start learning to not get submitted, right? So what you're going to notice are patterns that happen over and over again. Every time I roll with such and such, he gets me in an Americana. All right, what's leading to that? And then you're going to figure out, okay, well, when he gets me in the Americana, how can I defend it? Maybe by turning into it, maybe by turning my arm out, throwing a punch and then escaping and pulling my arm back in. Whatever the case may be, you're going to start learning how to defend submissions that happen to you over and over again. And the submissions that happen to you over and over again, the good news there is that these are the submissions that everyone pretty much uses. From the black belt on down, typically they're going to be high percentage submissions. They're going to be arm bars, they're going to be chokes and leg locks and things of that nature. And so you want to start to learn to figure out what are they doing, how are they doing it, and then what are some things you can do to slow them down and or stop them. And that should really be the focus of your first, say, 6 months of jiu-jitsu, is just learning how to not be the hammer, right? And then after that, you're going to, of course, at the same time, you're going to be learning some offense in there, but you're going to learn how to change the tide of the roll by off-balancing your partner, changing the tide after off-balancing, and going for another attack and another attack. And next thing you know, you're the one who's on offense, they're on defense. So, but it takes a little time to get to that point. And so I would say for a new person, just focus on not getting submitted. That is the most important thing right now, so that you can last a 5-minute roll with your partners, and then you can start working and thinking about offensive strategies and stuff like that. That's it for today's question. I hope you guys like the answer. Please like, subscribe, hit the bell, and submit your questions, and I will answer them.